How good is the Drake Cutlass Black, this medium-sized transport/dropship/medium fighter class ship is one of the oldest vessels in Star Citizen. Yet it still holds a strong relevance today. Originally released as a designated dropship, the Cutlass Black quickly evolved into a powerful and durable choice for various types of gameplay. The inclusion of a turret slot reinforced the idea of bringing a friend along for the ride. Additionally, the rear cargo bay can store most small vehicles or at least modest amount of cargo. And not to forget, there are 6 seats at the back near the rear ramp, which also reinforced the idea of the dropship. What I mean to say in general is that this is a very flexible ship. As for the weapons loadout, the 4 size 3 weapons under the pilot's control offer solid firepower comparable to many medium fighters. The top turret featuring 2 more size 3 weapons and an excellent 360 view above the ship, so it can provide reliable supporting fire, possibly assist in engaging the same targets as the pilot or act as a deterrent against smaller ships above the Cutlass. While perhaps not threatening enough to scare off medium ships, it can certainly keep those light fighters on their toes. The missile stockpile includes 8 size 3 and 8 size 2 missiles, giving the ship a total of 16 rockets to play around with. This offers good reach and burst potential, making it somewhat viable for long-range engagements or softening up targets. However, the Cutlass's medium size and its current role, it's not suited for chasing down nimble ships efficiently. But it can bother others which are of its size, or perhaps even some of the heavy fighters. I think the weapon placement and the cockpit view are pretty decent, as the 2 weapons are attached to the main body and 2 to the front wings, or well, the large slabs besides the cockpit. These wings can be damaged or destroyed, which significantly reduce the firepower. The cockpit offers a decent visibility forward, side and upwards, but lacks clear downwards or below the nose view. Because the weapons are mounted close to the nose, aiming is actually relatively easy, even in free aim. Perhaps few of the ship's parts may obscure the line of sight in specific angles for the free aim weapons, but it shouldn't be too significant. For durability and shields, the Cutlass Black can absorb around 30,000 damage, roughly equivalent to the 3 light fighters or 1.5 medium fighters. That's respectable for a medium class ship, especially considering its size and internal volume. However, many parts like the wings or engines are large and thus more vulnerable than those on smaller ships. It features a size 2 shield generator, adding another 4 to 5k damage mitigation. The 2 large engines in the rear are iconic but also vulnerable. Losing one can severely hamper controls, potentially rendering the ship hard to control, and losing both can make it utterly unusable. Despite that, it remained a reliable and flexible choice, capable of more than just transport or cargo runs. Now let's hit to maneuverability and speed. For its class, the Cutlass Black is surprisingly agile. While not as nimble as the light fighters or medium fighters, it outperforms several heavy fighters and even some of the other medium class ships. The acceleration and agility on it can give somewhat of an edge in tight dogfights or rapid deployment scenarios, but not against everyone. It's also faster than many ships in its category, by about 10% in most cases. While not ideal for running away, it can potentially chase down larger targets efficiently, perhaps even use the missiles when doing so. This isn't a special ship in terms of raw power or uniqueness, but it's dependable and comfortable. Think of it as your next step after the starter ship. It's ideal for early trading, it's ideal for vehicle deployment and light cargo, or at least small vehicle. Potentially crew gameplay as well. Drake ships tend to sell very well, largely due to their distinctive design, rugged, raw and combat ready. The Cutlass Black is arguably the best of its class, rivaled only by the Cutlass Red, which focuses on medical support. This Drake Cutlass Black isn't a must-own ship for everyone, but it's the one that every player should try at least once. Today, there are other valid solid alternatives like the Zeus or the Spirit series, not to mention the old reliable Misk Freelancer. Perhaps it even used to be a long-time competitor in a way. The Drake Cutlass Black is a perfect rental for experiencing that bigger than a fighter style gameplay. While the opinions do vary, some may hail it as overhyped, others are lifelong fans. There's no doubt the Cutlass Black has aged well. and continues to serve its purpose in today's game. It might not be the best anymore, but it's still something iconic and something which is well known to the veterans and perhaps even respectable by the new players. But I'm guessing most of you already knew that, most of you already like it or hate it or just respect it. So I'll leave you here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.